My name is Kendra Mills, and I'm reading A Craving for Sistering. A country in recovery, we possess a craving for the pulse, the animal irony, the rifle crescendo before Thanksgiving. For a hunter's degenerate theater, the bleeding is external, the epicenter fades from view. Sistering may yet be the antithesis to the bloodbath of November. That, I think, is the hardest question of the ones that you sent over. But for me, it's sort of the most instinctive form of creative expression. And I grew up in a very artistic tradition. All the schooling that I had a pretty heavy focus on arts. And the thing that I connected to most was creative writing. I always wrote stories as a child, and then it sort of adapted as I became an adult, and I found poetry to be, like I said, the most instinctive. And in a lot of ways, I write poetry in sort of a journalistic sense instead of like bullet journaling and just keeping it for myself. I try to shape it into something that has like a coherent element to it to a certain extent. But I think there's a lot in my poetry that is not exactly linear. And I think that's one of the beauties of the form, is that it doesn't have to be, not that fiction necessarily has to be, or even creative nonfiction. But I find poetry particularly freeing in that regard.